Right, time for my blog. If I can get where you can possibly see me, I don't know. I haven't quite figured out this camera still. Right, I shall start, I think, with what's going on next week because I haven't got a lot down. I have WEC down for next Sunday. You can see my video predictions for that coming out pretty shortly. I have War Machine, who is fighting on Friday in Canada, if anybody cares about that. I have Roger Werter, who has recently retired to take up the life of a model rather than a fighter. He has set up a programme called My Fight for Kids, which is to help poverty-stricken children, and it focuses on a Mexican orphanage. He's joined with some non-profit organisation making that little venture, so it's nice to know that we're all doing our little bit. And Mayhem Miller, who he is to do a show that's going to be aired on MTV beginning on March the 22nd. I know that he is not everybody's cup of tea, and I shall try and remember closer to the time to remind people that that's coming on. I believe it's called Bully Beatdown, so yes. Moving on, Trisha, my friend from Myspace, has been struck with flu, so I'm hoping that she makes a quick recovery from that. Atom on the forum, a patron from Matt Hughes forum, has recently been bereaved with a friend called Satanta, who died actually in some sort of gunfight, I think, very recently. So we should remember him in our thoughts and prayers. Chum567 also knows of a friend recently who had a shooting accident and got killed in that. So those two people should be on our minds and in our thoughts and prayers this next week, if they're both suffering from bereavement. As ever, the continuing case of Dawn R. She's had problems with her relationship, I believe, recently. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but we should still be keeping her in our prayers. And as ever, our forum moderator Boomer, who is out in Afghanistan, we should be praying for him as well. Now, with that said, I felt rather like splashing out last week. I should just say that we didn't have a very good result from the Man of War martial arts event that went on in Virginia. Two of our forum moderators attended, and you can see sort of some of their stories, and their pictures from that are sort of online on the forum. But it wasn't a very it wasn't the best we'd hoped for. Chase B somehow got injured. I don't know the ins and outs of this either particularly. Didn't show up for the weigh-ins. Justin Robbins stood in for him and didn't manage to get the title. The two others that were fighting for the Hit Squad also lost their matches. Richie Hightower lost his match, and even my friend Levon Maynard from the Sucker Punch organisation, he lost his match as well. I think Antoine Britt lost to Jamal Patterson. So all my picks for that and all my friends are probably suffering from a case of the blues at the moment, since they all sort of didn't quite do as well as we'd hoped. I, on the other hand, have decided that it might be a good idea to start collecting a few sort of exotic plants. There are some quite cheap around the place at the moment. I'm sure you will all be aware of Urijah the Rubber plant that appeared on one of my blogs maybe last week, maybe the week before. Well, I have got another plant here I decided to call it Levon, after Levon Maynard, of course. And it's a rather interesting looking plant. I don't know how much of this you can see from there. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to pop it down so that you can sort of have a bit of a look at it. There you are. I don't know if it would do any good if I turned on the light actually. It's a bit dark. Maybe, maybe not, but sort of closer look at this. It's balanced on my bed here. But this is my new plant here, which I call Levon, lovingly call Levon. It's rather weird because it's sort of got like big leaves that just sort of stick out. And it's rather interesting. It does actually say what it is on it, and I did remember, but I've forgotten now. On the care instructions for it, it says it's a Allocasia. So there we are. That's my Allocasia there, which I have called Levon, which will go with my rubber plant called Urijah.